Hi everyone, I'm Suman. In this video, let's discuss logging in Python. So, what is this logging? So, logging is nothing but keep tracking of our program. So, we will write a program and we used to run the program, right? If it is a normal, like simple program, if we get any error, we can just easily find where's the error and what's the problem. We can just fix that issue. But for example, let's say if you are working on a big project, then which consists of, like, let's say some 1,000 lines of code and some 6 to 7 modules inside that project. Like if there is any issue in the, then how can you fix that? Like it's very difficult to fix that, right? So that's the reason why we have to use this logging. So you can see in this example here I have just created 4 functions: add, subtract, multiply and divide. And here you can see I have given the print operation for all the 4 functions. So this is the basic level of logging. For example, if I just try to run this, and if I just call the function add of 2 comma 3, if I just run, you can see here we got like addition operation and also we got the output as 5. So we can able to keep track, right? The operation, like the addition operation is completed, like that we can just keep track, right? So this is a basic level of logging. For example, so you can't use this print statement for an bigger, like for an advanced level project, because in an advanced level project, I have said you, right, there will be a lot of lines of code and a lot of modules. So using this print statement and printing everything to the console is not a good idea, right? We can't print everything to the console, right? So that's the reason why we go for logging. So there is a built-in module in Python for logging. So let's discuss that. I hope you understand this print statement and how we use this print statement to for the basic level of logging. In order to use the built-in module, first we have to import that. So I'm just import a logging. So this is the module through which we can just log. So if I just give dir of logging, you can see all the methods available in this logging. Like we don't need to know all these methods and all these methods. So let's discuss some important concepts, how we can log, how we can create a logging using this. And before going to this logging, you have to know the levels in logging. So there are 5 levels in logging. So they are like debug, info, warning, error and critical. You can see here I have just opened the Python logging documentation. Here I can see the debug and the info, warning, error and critical. So these are the 5 levels in logging. So first one is debug. So debug is nothing but it is used to give the detailed information. So in similar case, here you can see the print statement, right? Here you can see the print statement we have given. So instead of the print statement, we are just gonna give like logging dot debug. We're gonna use that method. And next one is info. So you can just see the explanation for this level. Info is nothing but this is just to confirm that the things are working as expected, right? So even this is a type of level. And you can see the warning, and next level is warning, right? We used to get, like when we are installing something, or for when we are printing, like when we are using some inbuilt methods or something like that, we used to get some warnings, right? So in order to handle such kind of warnings, we're gonna use this level warning. And next thing is error. So we all know when we get, like we all know the errors. So when we get errors, we're gonna use this level, error level. And next thing is critical. This is nothing but advanced level of errors, like which are very serious, like which can't be handled. Like these are the 5 levels in the logging. So if you want detailed explanation of all these 5 levels, you can just go through this Python documentation. And now let's try to write some logging. So I'm just commenting out these print statements, and instead of these print statements, I'm just giving logging dot debug off, and I'm just giving the message like addition operation is completed, right? Similarly, I will just give logging dot, here instead of debug, I'm just gonna give error of additional operation is like, I'm just giving logging dot error. Here I'm just giving the level as error. Here I'm just giving the level as critical. Right, I have just used this logging method, and here you can see I just imported the logging module, and I'm just using I'm just using the different levels in different functions. Now if I just try to run this, and now if I just call add of 2, 3, so here you can see when we call the function add of, we just got 5 as an output. We didn't get the message which we have given here, like addition operation is completed. We didn't get that. The reason behind that is, so I just said you, right, there are 5 levels, and for the 5 levels we have some value for that levels. For example, let's say for debug the value is 10, and for info the value is 20, and for warning the value is 30, and for error the value is 40, and similarly for critical the value is 50. It's right. So when we didn't set any level, the default level will be warning. So the value of warning is 30. So if the value level is less than 30, like if we just use any level less than 30, log, it won't take that statement, or it won't take that level. Like the default level is warning. If you just want to print the logging messages, you just want to use either warning or the levels like greater than warning, which is the error and critical, which have levels greater than this warning, right? So only then you can able to print. So here you can see the level is debug. It means the value of debug is 10, which is less than the warning, which is 30. So that's the reason we can't able to print this. So I hope you understood. And similarly, if I just try to call the subtract, if I just call the subtract, now you can see we got like subtraction operation is completed, and here you can see the level is error. So you can see here I just given logging dot error, the level is error. So that's the reason we got like error, and you can see we got like subtraction operation is completed. So, and similarly if I just try to give like multiply, you can see even here we got like critical, the level is critical, and the multiplication operation is completed. So you have to remember that thing when you are writing your logs. That's one part of logging, and this is not an ideal way of writing logs, right? I've said you, right, even for the print statement, it's printing everything to the console. So instead of that, we just want to print everything to a file. So we will just create a file, and so instead of giving this logging here, so here I will just create a basic configuration for this logging. When we want logging in any part of our project, we can just create an object, like we can just import that basic configuration and we can just use that. So here I'm just setting like logging dot basic config, and here I'm just, if you can see here, you can see the inputs are keyword arguments. So first thing I'm just giving like file name is equal to, and I'm just creating a file which is not present in this directory. I'm just giving like I'm just giving test.txt file, or if you want some other file like log file, you can just give test.log file even. I'm just giving level is equal to logging dot debug. I've just given the level as logging dot debug. So for now let's continue with this. I'm just running this, and I'm creating an object of this logging. So for that I'm just giving like logger equal to logging dot, I'm just using the get logger of method. It means we are just creating an object of this logging module. So I'm just giving logger. Now instead of this logging, so instead of this logging dot debug, I'm just giving like logger. And you have to understand, when we are giving here like logging, when we are giving here, you can see logging dot error in lowercase letters, but But here when we are defining this basic configuration, here you can see I'm just giving that in uppercase letters. So that you have to understand. I'm just changing everything to here we have debug. I'm just changing every level to debug here. You can see even here I'm just, so since we have just created an instance for that logging, and we have to use that instead of logging here. So I'm just using that. Now if I just try to run this, and here you can see here you can see I'm just calling all the functions which I have created above, and you can see we got the outputs here. But if you can see here, so if you can see here the files which are present in this location, you can see we have like test.txt. Now if I just try to open that file, you can see all the messages which we got previously in console. Now we have all those in this file, right? So that's how you can just add all the logs to your file. So like if you can see everything is present in one single file. Now you can just if you got in some error, or if you can see if you got any error, you can just go through this, like you can just go through the logs, and you can just you can easily fix that error. That's how you can just create the files and save the logs there. For your better understanding, I'm just creating I'll just write a condition here like try, and I will just give the operation which we have performed here, like, and in the except block I'm just giving I will just give like except, and here you can just give like logger dot error of can't perform addition operation. I just given that in except block. Now I will just return this. I will just return the output here. Now if you just try to run this, now if you just try to see the text file, if you just rerun this, you can see here at the bottom we got like can't perform addition operation, right? For you better understanding, I will just delete this file once again. First I will just delete the file. Once again I'm just running this. Now you can see I will just call the function, right? I will just call the function add. Now if I just try here, if I just try to see here, you can see we got like can't perform addition operation. So, and if you, for example, if you want complete error, let's say a complete traceback error, if you want, instead of this logger.error, you can just give logger.exception, like logger.exception. Now if I just try to run this, and if I just rerun this, you can see now we got complete explanation of that, like complete detail of that error. What's the error and what type of error we got, like everything we got, like you can see we got the traceback, everything we got. That's how you can just create a file and you can just save all the logs in the file. And here in the basic config we have an important method called format method, which means now you can see here, now the format is like we got like error, and you can see here we got the message which we are given. But if you want to change this format, like you want some at what time the log has occurred and what date the log has occurred, if you want the date, time, and also if you want to change the format of this message, you can just define the format. Like if you can see here in the Python documentation here you can see the format. So if you want time, you can use this format, and if you want like file name, you can just use this format, and if you want function name, if you want level name, level number, or message, everything module, you can just create, like you can just use this format in the format method, like in the format argument. So you can see I will just create an keyword argument like format equal to, and here I will just give like I will just copy this format, and I will just give colon, then I will just give like I just want let's say, then I just want like level name, so I will just copy this. Similarly I will just give here, and I will just give another colon, and similarly I will just give like I just want level number, and I will just give there. then I will just give the message. So in order to give the message, this is the format we have to use. Now if I just try to run this, now if I just try to rerun this test.txt file, now you can see when I just try to rerun, you can see the format, which is like you can just see the format. First we got the date, and next we got the time. Then you can see we got the error, like the level name, and we got the level number like 40. I've said you right, the level of, like if you get any error, the level will be 40. Then you can see the message like can't perform addition operation. So this is the way you're gonna change the format. If you want to change the default format, you can just use this format keyword, like format keyword argument, and you can just specify whatever format you want. So that's how you can create the logs, and that's how you can just use the logging in Python. So I hope you understood this video. I hope you understood how to create these logs and how to use this logging, and it will be very useful when you are writing a big program, like when you are working on a big project. Then it will be easy for you to debug the code. So I hope you understood this video. If you understood the video, like the video, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.